man, I hate mixing nutrients. Fuck! Ah! Fuck! Ah! Ah! What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another iCan Grows into Harvest series! What's good, y'all? You guys know we don't mix no nutrients. We out here and we doing things with the iCan Organics. I don't know if you guys know, but last week we launched tons of new organics. All iCan Organics, no nutrients need to be mixed, no liquid nutrients, no mixing, none of that stuff, so you guys won't get pissed off like I do. But if you guys didn't know, we literally launched all these stuff last week and use that code launch and grab it on any of the stuff. We've also dropped all the prices on everything, so you guys can grab a great deal. Make sure you guys grab it. Today's episode is going to be a banger, guys, because we're converting a spare bedroom into an entire flower room, which I'm going to use with some UV IR supplemental lighting in there as well. We're always trying to level up, we're always trying to pull the best flowers, and obviously if you guys are running perpetual systems like I am, having more space for your flowers is not a bad thing at all. It's actually a friggin' good thing. So guys, make sure you guys hit that coupon code launch, grab some of these organics, and let's head on over and show you guys what's good.
Warning, this video is for scientific and educational documentary purposes only. We do not sell anything.
A few moments later.
So what's good, y'all? We in the grow tent, and guess what? We got a few things to do in here today. We got only 2 ladies in here today, and you guys know we do the perpetual system. Perpetual setup. We always got something in flower in this tent. But it's been a while since we actually did a few upgrades in the tent. So what we're going to do today is take these 2 plants out, these 2 ladies, get them out of here. We're going to take these lights out, take the fans out, take everything out, and we're going to set up a brand new tent in here. We're going to get a little bit more space. Right now we're in a 4x4. And we're going to upgrade to an 8x4. And we're going to have 2 lights in there, 1 carbon filter, a few fans. We're going to have a lot more space to have some of these beautiful girls in flower, man. So I'm really looking forward to it. Now you guys know, if you're running a perpetual setup like I am, it's super important to have multiple chambers. In the past Seed to Harvest series episode, I actually showed you guys my seedling space, my veg chamber, my flower tent, and where I dry and cure my flowers. You guys know about that secret bathroom. But it's really important to have separate spaces when you guys are running perpetual. And when you have things really dialed in, you can end up running out of flower space really fast. When the veg chamber's working too good like my own is, you really need a little bit more space. So that's why we're going to be flipping this entire tent and getting something new in here. So let's get straight on into it, guys. Alright, Joe, so like I said, we got tons of things to do today. We got these 2 plants in here, just 2 ladies, 2 cherry palomas. They're under that Mars Hydro FC6500. This is a banging light. I've been using this light for literally like 5 years now, and it's running awesome. I've been running this light since I'm in the Caribbean, guys, so it's a banging light. But I can't wait to get these out of here, because like I said, we need more space. We got tons of plants just sitting down out here, literally just because I ran out of space. And in my dry chamber, just to show you guys exactly what's going on, we got plants in here hanging, we got plants sitting down. We got too many plants in here, guys. And even in the veg chamber is booming. You guys can see we got some crazy explosive growth with the Hulk's breakfast up on top. And we got 3 Hulk's breakfasts in here, and they're all looking fantastic, fan-friggin-tastic. Shooting in through the light, some amazing lateral branching, beautiful stacking and stretching. These plants are dialed in, and they're all being fed with the iCan veg pack, guys. Everything out here is being fed with the veg pack. Easy, slow release fertilizer, and it works great. The plants love it. Even down here, you guys can see down here in the veg chamber, we also got tons of different plants too, and they're all looking really healthy. We got the Gazerpal, we got the Pastries crossed with the Platinum by In-House Genetics, we got the Tahoe OG crossed with the Platinum by In-House Genetics, we got 2 London pound cakes as well, and we also got a few seedlings and monster crop clones down here. Now you guys would remember the monster crop clone literally got this bud right here to root. And right here we also got a couple other monster crops, and as you guys can see, they're growing really funky because these are monster crops. Like, it's literally still growing like what looks like a little bud. But that's because, like I said, it's a monster crop. It mutates for a little while, and then it's sort of like it naturals itself out and normalizes itself out a bit. But you guys can see these are some single serrated fan leaves. This is Slurricane number 7, but it's monster crop. So if you guys have ever done a monster crop, you guys may notice some funky leaf growth, some funky serrated leaves and stuff like that, single leaves, triple leaves, but that's just how the cookie crumbles with the monster crops. Got some really nice fat fan leaves here. Plants are looking good, super healthy, really nice nice and healthy, guys. This is amazing to see. And this one right here is another one of that London pound cake by Gingerbread Genetics. So like I said, yo, we got so many plants in the veg chamber right now. The veg chamber is looking awesome, amazing. If any of you guys have tried your own veg chamber, drop it in the comments and let me know, because I've seen so many of you guys get inspired by my little setup, and you guys have literally converted your own closet or cabinet into a perfect veg space. And you don't need a whole lot. And as you guys can see, these plants are all looking super healthy. And that's why we need a little bit more space in the flower room. So let's go get that freaking brand new tent set up. I'm stoked. Alright, yo, so here we got all those things that we need to get set up. We got tons of boxes. We got to open them up all. But we also got some supplemental lights that I got, because I want to throw those into the flower tent. I want to maximize my flowering potential. So I'm really excited to set these new lights up. But guys, I got a question for you guys. Some of you guys may know taking down a tent is pretty easy. A lot easier than setting it back up. But for all you guys out there who grow in tents, if you ever took down a tent, have you guys ever been able to fold that tent back up? It feels like it's freaking impossible to fold a tent back properly, guys. I literally fold it as best as I can, and it still feels like it's got so much air in there, and I don't know what to do half of the time. I don't even know where to store it. So once we get this baby down, I'm gonna have to figure out where the hell we're gonna store this thing. So if you guys have got any ideas about how to store a tent, drop it in the comments and let me know, guys. I really need your help. Now without further ado, yo, let's get this tent set up, because we got work to do, baby.
So first things first, we gotta clear out the old tent, make sure everything's clean, because you don't want to pack away a dirty tent. So we gotta clear all those leaves, wipe it down, and make sure everything is really nice and clear. Now once that's done, we can take down the lights, the carbon filter, the inline fan, the oscillating fan, and anything else that's in the tent. Now even though I'm taking this current setup down, I'm taking down the lights, the carbon filter, and everything, I'm putting it back up in that new tent. So I want to make sure that everything is not dismantled and it's easy to put back up. Now guys, you guys can see exactly how short my ceiling is. It's a really low ceiling and it's pretty close to the top of the tent. That makes it just a little bit more difficult to put up and take down this tent. So all that said, taking down a tent is a lot easier than putting it up, that's for sure. Now some of you frequent viewers on the channel may notice that my flower tent always got leaves on the floor. It's always got some sort of dust on there, so I'm taking the time to actually vacuum everything out. And I know it's probably not the best time to do it, but hey, better late than never, right? We vacuumed everything. We got really under all of the corners of the tent, because down at the bottom of the tent pole frames, you can get a lot of dust stuck down in there. So it's always useful to just grab a vacuum and vacuum that out when you're cleaning up. A lot of stuff gets stuck down there, and bugs and pests and all that stuff just love dust and dirty areas. So just vacuum it all out.
Alright, y'all, so we got the old tent down, but I ain't know how to fold this up, bro. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to fold it up. I literally, I'm going to be struggling to fold this up. So let's give it our best shot. I think maybe got to flip this over this way. Fold it over like a t-shirt, maybe. Maybe? Is that it? Is that it? I don't even know, man. Pull this corner over this way? I don't know, bro. We're gonna have to figure it out, man. We gotta get this folded up so we can put this into storage. This is the old 4x4. We're gonna get a 4x8 in here, and things are gonna be looking real good, guys. So right now, all we got is pretty much an empty room with a bunch of boxes in here, nothing much, and we're gonna be converting this to the new flower room, guys. Perfect. This is gonna be freaking epic. It's gonna be epic. We're gonna be converting this to the new flower room, the new 4x8. We're going to have 2 lights in there, a nice little carbon filter system. We're going to have, of course, old school timers. You know, I like these old school timers, but I got it all on a big power save block. This is one of the ones that I use. It's a really heavy duty one. Look for one with a lot of jewels, guys. You want to make sure you got enough jewels that you guys can cover your lights. And I don't rock my lights on 100% ever, so it's really a good thing. But yeah, we're going to make some progress right now. We got the old tent on the floor. Tent poles on the floor. We're gonna pack these up and start to get the new thing set up, man. But it's just an empty room right now. But you guys did see I got really low ceilings, I can literally touch my ceiling. And I ain't really the tallest of guys, but I can touch the ceiling. And that's how you guys will know that sometimes if you got a low headroom, it's difficult to get a tent in there. So we're going to see if that 4x8 actually fits. If it doesn't, I may have to put back up the 4x4, so I hope that's not the case. But let's see what's good, man. And yeah.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
So you guys may be wondering why I'm laying down on the floor right now. But it's because you gotta roll this tent up. Sometimes you gotta do the steamroller technique on it to flatten it out. Because these tents are impossible to fold back up, bro. This is fucking ridiculous. Alright y'all, so the first thing we're going to do is set up the new 4x8 tent. I think this is in this box, so we're going to split this box open and sort of get things set up right here. I got my outlet set up, I'm going to leave that right there. And yeah, let's get this going. I'm going to move these old tent poles out, but let's get things going. Alright y'all, so new tent unfolded, but this is the first and last time you'll ever see a grow tent folded so perfectly, because I guarantee you once you put this up, you can never fold it back again.
Alright y'all, now quick note for anyone setting up a tent, it's always a good idea to put the frame in the base of the tent. Basically you want to build the frame and slip it onto the tent, but when you got a really short ceiling like I am, it's really hard to actually slip that on there, so I had to take off the top half of the tent so I can actually flip it onto the bottom of the tent, if that makes sense. It may not make sense, but it was just what I had to do.
Alright, now quick note guys, as y'all can see, the carbon filter is really dirty. That's just from dust being sucked in over time. But the truth is guys, that this is a carbon filter sleeve I got on here, and you can wash this. And so what we're going to do is pull this off and throw it in the wash and throw it back on. Now these carbon filter sleeves actually expand the life and extend the life of your carbon filter by a lot. So I definitely recommend using them. I've seen people not use them and they just got these alone. So even like this little area here that was not covered by the sleeve properly, you guys can see it's caused a little line of dust running straight through. So I'm going to have to try to see if I can get that out. But other than that, everything else looks really clean. So you really want to make sure it's covering the entire carbon filter and not looping over on one side more than the other like my own was for the last year and a half. So yeah, pro tip, let's give her a wash. Even like right here where the strap was, we just moved that strap off. The strap is literally cleaner than the rest of the carbon filters. So again guys, make sure you got the carbon filter sleeve on there.
10 seconds later.
So you got it out of the washing machine guys. Literally just going to throw it in the dryer for a couple minutes because it feels a little dry. It doesn't feel overly dry, but just pop it in the dryer for a couple minutes. And we're going to see what's good. Alright y'all, so we just grabbed it out of the dryer, and as you guys can see, it looks a lot cleaner than it did before. There's a lot less dust on it. It doesn't look like a brand new filter, but it definitely looks a lot cleaner. You guys may be able to notice some of the little scraggly things coming off of it, sort of like right here. But all in all, it's a lot cleaner than it was before. So let's put it back on and get this set up. Alright y'all, so here we got that brand new Mars Hydro light. Just cracked the box open, man, and I'm super stoked for this. This is that new FC6500, man. This is that super smart light, so I'm really looking forward to getting that set up. We also got the UV LED panels as well, the IR panels, so we're going to be supplementing this light with some of those UV IR diodes as well. Ooh! So we got that brand new light out of the box. It was so easy to take out. Everything just came out as a fixture, man, as one complete unit. I didn't have to build nothing. I didn't have to assemble nothing. All I do is cut these zip ties off and fold it out. Simple as that. The ballast is already plugged in and everything, man. So how freaking cool is that? Sometimes I actually hang my ballast outside my tent, but sometimes I just leave it in and hang it right on top of the fixture. We'll see how we do this one, man. But man, this light, I can't wait to get this set up. So let's go. Easy as that, guys. Zip ties cut off, lights get folded out. Ooh. Light gets folded out. It's a really big light, beautiful light. Look at this. I love these bar style lights. They cover so much, such efficient distribution of light space and diodes, man. It works great. Shout out to Mars Hydro, man. I can't wait to get this set up. Let's get it set up, guys. Now, what is really great about this light compared to the old light that I have is that they actually send you these little strings, these little wires that actually hook up really perfect. So you use these two with one single ratchet hanger, and that way you can hang your light up without having to have 4 ratchet hangers. So simple stuff like that I really like. And again, you can also hang your ballast on top of the light. It fits in perfect, or you can hang it outside of your tent if you need to get the heat down. So this is what I'm talking about, y'all. You can literally just have 2 ratchet hangers, one here, one over there, but it actually just works really nice because you don't have to hang it up at 4 individual points. That's how I used to have to hang up my old light, and it was just a little painful, but all in all, this is really easy. So let's see if we can get this level out. I know some of you guys literally pull your leveler out and get it super level, but I'm gonna try to eyeball it as best as I can. This looks pretty decent.
Now I know about y'all, but when I'm setting up my tent, wire management and cable management is a big thing for me. I try not to overload my sockets, but I also try to make sure that all my cables and wires are really nicely laid out. I don't want cables and wires hanging everywhere. After all, it's gotta look good, right? It's pretty much like your bedroom. When your bedroom is nice and clean, you can focus on what you need to focus on. You can be productive. But when it's a mess, it's hard to focus on anything. You just feel messy. Now for me, air oscillation is key. I like oscillating fans because they provide a little bit of resistance and breeze to your plants, and that allows for really strong branches to form. Now oscillation above the canopy is great, oscillation below the canopy is great. I try to have a little bit of both. Now I gotta say, this new Mars Hydro Evo light is amazing. Guys, definitely check out the Mars Hydro lights. Grab their lights. Definitely check them out. I've been running these for the longest while. This is all I run. I only use Mars Hydro lights. Use the discount code icanthc and snag a discount on it. Speaking of lights, let's get into some of the supplemental UV and IR lighting, because this light's gonna bang.
Alright, Joe, so we got all those brand new UV IR supplemental lights in, and they're looking pretty dang nice, man, if I do say so myself. What I do like is that you got the options, and they literally lay them all out right here. So if you actually have a little look at the model number, you'd see this one says Add Light UV. So this is that UV supplemental light right here. And if you have a look at this one, this is actually the Add Light Red. So you guys can see this is actually a little bit more of that red spectrum. Meanwhile, this one down here is the IR light. So we got the IR, and we got the UV, and we also got the far red spectrum over there. So I've sort of set them out like these two, and these two, so we know what we got. We got the far red, we got the UV, and we got the IR. Now these little brackets actually come in pretty handy, and they're actually labeled UV, red, IR, and basically you clamp the supplemental lights and you hang them onto your grow lights like that. So like I was saying, you pretty much just clamp them. It clamps just like that and fits on really nice, and that way it hangs just on top of your grow light. So you can actually use these supplemental lights with any lighting setup that you got. That's what makes it pretty neat. So if you guys are running any brand of light, grab the Mars Hydro supplemental lights and add them to your setup. A lot of people have had great results with adding UV and IR supplemental lighting to their setup. So let's go on ahead and add the other lights, because we still got the IR and the far red to add too. So now, there we got all our supplemental lights set up. We got the UV IR and the far red. And like I said, it's pretty simple. So the idea is that you use these brackets and pretty much just hang them alongside your existing lights. Now yo, this is so easy. It's pretty much like playing with toys as a kid or playing Lego or some type of shit. All you gotta do is screw off these caps and connect the pieces. It's almost like if you're doing a puzzle. Simple as that, guys. No math to it. Nothing at all. It's really easy. Alright, Joe, so we got the supplemental light set up. Now for anyone that may have this system and may be wondering what's going on, all you need to do, it's really simple. All you need to do is connect the power outlet to your first line of connection. So your power runs all the way through here,
and then runs through this bar, and then you connect this bar all the way through to the second bar. So it's almost daisy chained, and then this one connects all the way through and comes to power this third bar. So you're using one power outlet to power these 3 bars, and like I said, it's literally just gonna hang on your existing light structure. So we got these lights all set up, but let's give it a test, plug them in and see if they work and how they work. Wow, that is some lightage. We got some different types of lights here, guys. Like, I'm not sure if the camera could pick this up, but this bar is distinctly different to this bar, and that bar is distinctly different to this bar. Now they're all labeled, so we can actually flip them around and see what's up. Now we've got, this is the blue-red, which is obviously the more blue spectrum. We got the UV, which is kind of like a pinkish spectrum, and we got the IR, which is a more red spectrum. Now this is just based off of my eyesight. I'm not wearing any eyeglasses right now or any eye protection, so you definitely should wear some eye protection if you are looking at this, and don't look at it directly, obviously, because it's not going to be good for you. But this is definitely going to be real good for the plants and a great addition to the tent. So this supplemental UV lighting is pretty cool, and it also comes with some of these tips if you guys are using it as to how long you should run them for. So if you're running them in the flowering stage, IR 30 minutes. If you're running the supplemental UV, about 2 hours in flower, and we're using this in our flower tent. And also, if you're running the red, then you can run that for about 12 hours in flower. That's pretty much consistent with the light cycle. So essentially, adding a little bit of that red spectrum in flower is not a bad thing, and that's why you see a lot of the blurper lights actually have a red spectrum for flower and a blue spectrum for veg. But also, this shows that you don't want to just be blasting your plants with IR light or with UV light for more than the maximum daily duration, which is 2 hours for UV or 30 minutes for IR. You want to check out that booklet, because it literally outlines how you want to run your UV and IR lighting. When you wake up, you want to turn on the IR 50 minutes before the main light turns on. When the plant's sleeping, turn on the IR 50 minutes after the main light's off. It also outlines exactly what you need to do for UV lighting as well. You can use IR for all stages except germination. The optimal duration of the UV radiation exposure may vary depending on the specific strain and other environmental factors, so it's important to gradually increase the duration of the UV exposure and monitor the plants for any signs of stress or damage. And always wear your glasses to protect your eyes. Now we may actually need to switch these around and flip some of these pups out, because for instance with the red spectrum we want to run that consistent with the 12 hours, but the UV and IR we don't want to be running that for more than 2 hours. Alright Joe, so we got that supplemental light, and as you guys can see, it's really easy just to set it down in your existing lighting setup, no matter what lighting setup you got. And you guys can see these 3 bars right here, which are not powered on right now, but these literally are just hanging perfectly alongside my existing setup. But the cool thing is that you could also hang the bars individually, pretty much like what I'm doing right here with this far red. And it also comes with these neat little plastic clips, which literally clip onto your grow tent. So all you need to do is go in here and pretty much clip her on. So let's try that again. All you need to do is pretty much go in here and clip her on, just like that. Perfect. So we've just got that far red supplemental light set up alongside our existing lights, and it's looking really good. It's a nice addition to any setup, man. You can run these with any lights, especially if you're running bar style lights. These are the perfect lights to run them with. But you can also, of course, hang the entire setup directly in between your bar style lights using these little plastic hooks. Alright Joe, so it's been a long trek, but we got all those supplemental lights set up and things are actually looking pretty good. The tent's so clear, so big, so open, I could stand in it. You guys can see that beautiful supplemental lighting. Now I set this up in a pretty unique way, but it makes sense in my head. So over here, we got the UV and IR lighting. You guys can see the UV and the IR. Or is it UV and IR? Or UV and IR? But you guys get what I'm saying. Over here, you guys can see the UV and IR lighting in between these 2 bands of full spectrum lighting. So I've hooked up one of those, and I've also hooked one of those up over on this other side. So on both sides of the tent, we got some UV and some IR lighting. You guys can also see the UV and IR lighting between the 2 bands of this light right here as well. But on this side, we're doing a little bit of testing, because over here, we put up both of the supplemental far red spectrums as well. So we're going to just see if this side of the tent gets a little bit more dank, dense nugs, as opposed to that side of the tent where there's no far red. Now there is UV and IR over here, and there's UV and IR over here. But there's far red over here, and there's no far red over there.
So you guys can see these are two separate light fixtures. This is my old FC6500. It's a beast of a light. I love it. I've been using it for so long. I ain't giving it up for nothing. But over here, this is the newer model FC6500, which is a smart light, and it's got all sorts of built-in features in there where you can control it. Now both of them are awesome lights, but like I said, we got the far red spectrum on the OG light, and we got the UV IR supplemental lights also on the OG light. So we're going to test it out and see how that works, stacking up against the new light with only UV IR. Now I know y'all, it might seem like a little bit to take in, might seem like a lot, but it's going to be really interesting when we go through and see what happens in flowers. So you guys smash the like, follow us, and make sure you guys are subscribed, because we drop these types of videos all the time and you guys don't want to miss out. YouTube doesn't always notify you guys when we got new uploads, so make sure you guys hit that bell so you guys get notified, because we're going to be taking you guys all the way from seed to harvest in this series, and you guys are going to see all the beautiful flowers under these supplemental lights. So all that said, guys, the tent's got so much space right now. It's really looking really nice. I'm super stoked about these new supplemental lights, the far red spectrums, the UV IR, and we're going to be comparing it to the lone UV IRs over there. Now before we actually close off this video, what I'm going to do is grab some of the tents from the veg chamber, which have been waiting to pop into this flower room, and we're going to bring them in so they can get acclimatized to this brand new tent, brand new lights, and brand new setup. So let's go, baby! Now just a quick note, guys, we're actually able to get these bar style lights set up, as you guys can see, without having to have any tilt going on the light. We set them over here in the middle slot, but what we did was actually remove the driver, set that down first, and then put the driver back down afterward. And that way everything sits flush and we ain't got any wobble, we ain't got no unlevel lights, and everything looks great. And like I told you guys earlier, with these 4 ratchet hangers, if you guys got 4 ratchet hangers, that makes life a lot easier because it gives it 4 points of contact. So with these supplemental lights, you can either clip them directly onto your grow tent, or you can have them sit nicely in between your existing setup. Ooh, alright, Joe, so we got a few plants in the tent. As you guys can see, we got a lot more space. Things are looking really good. We got that Mars Hydro UV and IR supplemental lighting set up, and we got a few ladies in here. But we're just popping these ladies in here for now. These ladies all need to go into flower. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 ladies which we need to get into flower. But before we actually properly flower these girls out, we're gonna have to transplant them, give them a proper organic amendment, hit them with some of that iCan flower power so they get that beneficial bacteria boost, and that'll push them all the way through flower to get some really nice colas, like some of these girls over here. Beginning to stack up already. You guys see it? So what we're going to do is literally take our time and get these transplanted, guys. And if you guys want to see what's going on, make sure you guys are subscribed, because we're going to be doing that on the next episode. But just seeing them get acclimatized to their new space is so beautiful, man. It's so beautiful. These are all in 2-gallon pots, so we're going to get them into some 5s, maybe some 7s, and get them all ready for flower. So guys, hit that like, smash it, and let me know if you guys have ever used UV, IR, or far red supplemental lighting in your guys' flower tent before. We're running it right now in our flower tent, and things are looking pretty nice so far. Granted, we've only just installed them, but I'm so hyped because it's just looking so good. It feels like I'm in the club. I'm about to party. So let me know what you guys think, because I've heard so many people say they've got amazing results from UV and IR supplemental lighting. And I've done some research and I've dropped some videos on it, and there's so many benefits. But I want to find out what you guys got to say, so drop it in the comments down below and let me know. And wait, if you guys want to find out more about growing that fire, then definitely check out any episode on screen right now, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace, fam.